For In Motion, I'm Kurt Parker. While the 2005 Nittany Lions may have been 2 seconds from perfection, they are part of a long list of Penn State football teams that have been noteworthy. One such group was the 1947 team, both for their accomplishment on and off the gridiron.
Now, this was one of the great teams in Penn State's history. They set records back then that still haven't been broken, defensive records. And the problem is that a lot of the problem with why Penn State's 47 team doesn't get more national recognition is because Notre Dame had a great team. Michigan had a great team. They were all loaded with these weren't kids. These were 25, 26-year-old men. They'd been through the ropes. And the team went unbeaten. They set defensive records that still haven't been broken. They're the number 4 team in the country. They can't go to the Rose Bowl, which wasn't segregated. They can't go to the Sugar Bowl. They can't go to Miami. They're still basically segregated. Ordinance there that you couldn't play, black players could not play with white players. There was a hitch to that if the other team agreed to play, okay, that you could bring the black players to play.
The school let it out early that we're on record as we all go or none. And so that's what we put out. And it was up to the Southwestern Conference to among themselves determine what they're going to do.
And what happened was Matty Bell, the coach of the SMU team, agreed to play Penn State and play against the black players. But that didn't end it. Dallas was still a segregated city.
And as a segregated city, white players and black players could not eat or room together. Officials from SMU came up with a rather unique solution for the time.
So there was an air base nearby. And so the school arranged with the government that we would stay at the air base. And we had practice facilities and rooming facilities.
With all the surrounding issues put at bay, the focus now turned toward the game, the Cotton Bowl.
Higgins really wanted to win this game, and he probably overtrained the kids. And they went down there, and he really worked them hard, and they got really ticked off. And there are a lot of stories about what happened down there, but they did some things that they jumped fence, let's call it, and took off and went in town, and they partied a little bit, and because they were living under a military barracks, and some of these guys had been in the military, thought they gave it up a few years ago, so they got irritated.
Some say that it was the discriminatory element and or the heightened level of practice exerted by Coach Higgins that led to a lackluster performance given by the Nittany Lions that resulted in a 13-13 tie. But it was obvious that something greater happened.
Wally really congratulates, says, it wasn't us who broke the color line in the Cotton Bowl. It was SMU, and that's really the truth when you look down to it.
As for Wally, he graduated, got married, and went on to the NFL, where he played several seasons for the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Cardinals. In fact, he was a record holder for most kick return yards and highest average per return in a game. But after all the triumphs of his life, he still remembers what it means to be Penn State.
You always feel as being a part of them, connected with them, because you went through Penn State. I'm very proud to say I'm a Penn Stater. And it gets people's attention.
For In Motion, I'm Kurt Parker.